Hello, 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 hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our weekend Kickstart challenge. I'm Megan Elizabeth, and if you've never joined me before, I wanted to introduce myself a little bit because we have some new people coming into our 30-day challenge group and new people coming from all over the place all the time. So I just thought I'd introduce myself really quick, especially since I'm going to upload this replay onto YouTube. I am Megan Elizabeth. I am the founder and creator of AboveRubyStudio.com and the lead educator and coach at lifeaboverubies.com. I have been in business by myself personally since 2005 and have had incredible successes in the online marketing world. I've been winning awards in direct sales businesses, top level achievement awards, recruiting rewards awards, and #1 in DVD sales in my category, and much more. So I decided to come on board with you guys today, this weekend in particularly, because it happens to be the beginning of December, and because of holiday schedules and things, I am child-free this weekend. So I thought it would be a really great time to jump on with you guys and dig deeper on setting up 2017 for success. I've been working one-on-one with many diamonds and different level rubies over at lifeaboverubies.com, doing one-on-one coaching and doing group coaching and some different fun things. And I really have seen the need for helping with time management, focus, vision, losing sight of your vision. Hey Tammy, hey Debbie, thanks guys so much for jumping on. I see several other people here, so go ahead and say hello, say where you're from. We have new people coming in, so I would love for you guys to connect. Even though I know many of you have been here and supporters for a long time, I'm really thrilled to be welcoming in so many new people. So I wanted to do that, especially since we're going to be putting this out there in a couple different ways. So go ahead and just say hi, say where you're from. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for jumping on. I really do appreciate it. This is like super exciting that we're doing this tonight. I want to be able to answer your questions. Hey, Mary. I'm so glad you're here. Mary's from Iowa. She's been a Ruby over at Life Above Rubies for a while now. Love working with her. I love seeing her comments and her posts, and I know she's really struggling with some focus and her whys right now, so I cannot wait to dive into this challenge with her. I plan on doing a couple challenges over the course of this weekend. I actually had the incredible opportunity of plugging myself in. Like I said, hey Laura, it's so good to see you here. Laura and I had a one-on-one call over a year ago now. I'm glad she's here. That's awesome. Oh, I didn't know you were in Boston, Jennifer. That's incredible. That's so cool. Okay. So love, love, love seeing where everybody is kind of coming in from and what is going on here. So I'm just going to check out. Okay, there we go. I have my comments up on my other screen here, and it makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so what this challenge is kind of a kickstart focus, if you will, on your personal vision, your whys, a little bit more of an assessment about yourself. It's going to help you dive a little bit deeper on your own personal priorities, help you create kind of a priority statement to help you categorize the different tasks and things that we have to do. Because let's face it, we all have a million and one things on our to-do list on a regular basis. And then we get flooded with even more ideas of things we would like to do. Hey Denise, it's so good to see you here. More ideas of things that you would like to do. And it can get really overwhelming. A lot of times we can get overwhelmed into inaction. We get stuck in a rut. Hey Lana, so good to see you here. I'm so excited. No, Tammy's from Arizona. That's awesome. Hey Natalie, it's great to see you here as well. Thank you for popping on. Aaron, thanks. It's good, good, good. So, this is different because I'm used to doing YouTube Live and not Facebook Live, especially in the challenge kind of thing. But I wanted to see how this would go. I wanted to try it out. I've done Facebook Live before, but for this kind of thing, I want to pop up several challenges throughout the weekend. Like I said, I just participated in my own personal growth and my own personal thing, a week-long challenge in a Level Up entrepreneur community. And it was incredible to me that we were all connecting in such a deep and meaningful way, sharing our own personal stories, our own personal goals. And I put things out there that I don't think I've ever necessarily put out there before because I didn't feel like I necessarily had a place to put it online, which is kind of weird. And I know it sounds kind of odd to say, but that was kind of the a little bit of a rut I was in personally. And I was like, you know what? So many of the rubies here and the diamonds that I'm working with. Oh, hey, Cindy, it's good to see you here. Okay, Cindy's in Ohio. They kind of struggle with some of the same things. So instead of waiting until January 1st to start our goal setting and start our vision boards and start all that stuff, which we're going to do, super excited for 2017. I've been working for the past 2 months on revamping our Once Upon a Time marketing love story that I did a live event on in 2014. And it was such a popular video. It was a #1 hit. And engagement and just raves about and reviews on for months and months later, that I decided it needs to be a month-long dedicated beast of its own and take on a new life of its own. So I've been working really hard on a workbook for you guys, several videos that go along, to really dig deep and have fun dreaming and telling your story the way it's intended to be told. And so we're going to dig really deep in January, but I didn't want to wait till January. Like, we have a whole month in December, and you guys can be achieving things now going into the holiday season. The other thing that we're going to be doing in December, since, you know, it is the holidays and people are dealing with their families and they're going into different social situations, work parties, events, networking opportunities, etc., I wanted to present the personality traits and how you can understand yourself and others better to up your level in communication skills, people skills, what drives people, how to communicate with them, how you can encourage them and build them up, understand where they're coming from, maybe learn a little bit more about yourself. And I figured that was just the perfect time. So before we dive into that, we're going to start with our challenge. Just this weekend, I have it's a total of 5 sheets, okay, that I'm going to be presenting to you guys in this group. Feel free to share this group with as many friends as possible. Anybody that you feel may be a little bit stuck. They may want to see a different life. They may want to see a change in the way life is going. They just feel like they can't quite get it together. They're not quite managing their time right. They're not seeing the successful results they want in their business. They're not really sure how to go about starting an online business and building their own personal brand. They want to start with blogging or whatever the case may be. So this is like the perfect place for them to be. So start inviting them in now and let's have some fun with it together. So for challenge 1, okay, I would totally encourage you to go print this out. It's only 5 sheets of paper total that you're going to be printing out when it's all said and done, and they go perfectly with our START workbook that we started earlier last year, and you can just insert those right into your notebook as well. If you don't have a START notebook, you can come over to lifeaboverubies.com and all that information is there and the downloads and all that fun stuff too. So for challenge 1, we're going to talk a little bit about your vision and a little bit about your whys. Now, the only way that I can really truly get in there and help you guys with these things is for you to post them back to me, for you to share them with me, for you to share them with the group. And that's what I found so powerful about the one that I just participated in. I had already done many of these things before, but it was the encouragement, the inspiration, the motivation, and the energy we got off of each other that made it so much more powerful. That's what I want to create here for you guys as well. And I think you guys will really benefit from it. I know you guys are driven. I know you guys have been here. I know you guys are wanting to see a change. I know you guys are taking action steps towards your goals and your dreams, and you want to go to that next level. So let's go to that next level together and go further than before, especially in 2017, a whole new year coming up. So we're going to really lay that out this whole weekend. So like I said, I will be checking in a couple times over the weekend. I don't have an exact schedule planned out yet, but I am going to just be posting these things. Watch out for them, and I'll give you guys some notice. Check your emails as well as this particular group for our next video. Okay, so challenge 1, we're going to talk about your powerful vision. And one of the really important statements that I have found makes so much sense and such a huge difference is the statement, if I knew I could not fail, I would fill in the blank. Okay? Please, please, please you can either print this out and just take a picture and post it, or you can just type out all your answers. Just make sure you use the hashtag weekend by me. Weekend by me. So instead of the 30 days by me that we do for our full 30-day long challenge, we're doing a weekend challenge. We're doing a kickstart. We're kind of cramming everything from 30 days into this like condensed super weekend to really focus intently on where we're going for 2017. We're still going to do the 30-day challenge come 2017. We're still doing the Once Upon a Time love story, marketing love story in 2017. We're still doing the personality. We're still doing all of these things. So stay tuned for that. And I also have a really awesome, amazing, special thing that I just created that I'm bubbling at the seams about, but I'm going to wait till the end of the weekend to tell you. So you're going to want to come back for that too. If I knew I could not fail, I would what? What is it that you would do? What is it that has always kind of like deeply been within you that you desire and want? Dream big. Like, this is the time to dream big on this sheet. And don't be afraid to share it. Don't be afraid to be uncensored and candid and vulnerable with us. This is a safe space. I will personally boot any critics. I'm just going to tell you right now, anybody that's criticizing another person, putting down another person's goals or dreams or desires, no matter how big or how small, this is not the place for you. Okay? I'm just going to tell you right now. I honor you, love you, and adore you, but if you can't honor, love, and adore other people, this isn't the right place for you. There are plenty of other groups that you can go find, encouragement support groups, goal-setting groups, entrepreneur groups. This just wouldn't be the one for you. What is it? What is it that if you knew for sure you could not fail, what would you do? Okay. Number 2, what is something that you have already accomplished? Write down something that you've already accomplished. No matter how big or how small, what is something that when you look back over your life, you go, it felt so good. It felt so amazing when I accomplished this. I don't care what it is. Like I said, I don't care how big or how small. When you accomplished, it made you feel amazing. What was it? So write that down. The next statement I want you to write down is, I will do this. What is something that you know you want to do, will do, are setting out to do come 2017? I will blank. Now, it could be over the long haul. So for example, for me, and I'm going to share this with you guys, I've shared little bits and pieces of my vision with you over the past year and a half or so. But my big like vision that has like penetrated my body, like I can feel it in my soul, in my heart, the vision that I have for what I will do and will have someday. And my plan is to have it in 10 years. By the time I'm 42, I will have, and 42 is the goal right now. So within 10 years, I plan on having a $10 million complex. And this complex will consist of 47 apartment units. It will consist of a kind of community building center that will have a kind of like a big conference room or a big community center kind of room, big open space room with scripture on the wall. It will have a coffee bar in it. I will also have a small pampering spa/salon for massages, for a couple different things that are going to be for a specific purpose and use. And I will also have a counseling office for staff of one counselor that I will have on my staff, as well as an office building and a few other things, or some office spaces and a few other things. This is something that I plan on having, not to further my business, but to be an outreach in a community for women, especially women who have been in abuse situations, women who are looking to restart, single moms, women who just kind of, I've seen it so many times where women have been, married for many years, they've been stay-at-home moms, and then something happens and either they lose their husband or there's a divorce situation or something happens and they've been out of the workplace for so long. And all of a sudden they don't know what they're doing and they don't know where to turn and where to go, and they don't feel like they have the skill sets anymore. I want to train them up in skill sets and in marketing, much like I'm doing here at Life Above Rubies. Give them a place to live, get people back on their feet and get them back out with a successful life. And I have literally felt and seen like the faces of these women. Like, this is part of my I will do this. And I don't care if it does take me 10 years, if it takes me 5 years, even if it takes me 20 years. If I don't reach the 10-year goal, I believe wholeheartedly in having a timeline. Dreams or goals are dreams with deadlines. You need to have some type of time frame for it. So yes, Denise, I would love to have you come work for me. I'd love to have you all there. I'd love to invite as many people to come and stay in the condos as like a retreat kind of thing, and do, you know, fun weekends. Like, just, my mind could go off and on. That's not what this is all about, but I wanted to give you a taste of, that's a big dream. Like, I realize that is a huge thing. I realize that it'll cost, and I've looked into this, it'll be about a $10 million investment to either build or purchase that kind of thing. So I know that I can get there again. I know that Above Ruby Studio was a 7-figure business, that there is no reason that going forward with everything, this won't all come to place again, like, at all. Jennifer said, my mom was a widow at 24 with 4 children, me being the oldest. Let me know what I can do to help. Yes. Yes. Do I have a location in mind? As of right now, I don't. I'm very, very open. Ideally, I would like to open several locations over the course of time, own several different things, and make it, that's what I want Life Above Rubies to be. I want Life Above Rubies right now. That's why I have the scholarships available. That's why membership is $17 a month right now. And I know it's not always going to stay at that. It is, right now I keep it valued at $47. That's not to say the price won't go up at some point in time, but that's why it's at $17 a month right now. I want this information to be accessible to women everywhere. I don't want them to have to go, I've got to pull food from my kids' mouths to be able to learn the skills to grow the lifestyle I want. No, I truly believe you have to invest in yourself. I truly believe this is worth it. I truly believe it's worth way more than that, because I have personally spent tens of thousands of dollars on personal training, personal development, personal coaching, one-on-one coaching. I'm still doing that. I'm still investing myself as I grow in the Anthony Robbins and Chloe Madonna's foundation and their training, because I want to invest in people. And so for me, it's not a matter of me charging my worth or what this is worth. It's making it accessible to who it needs to be accessible to. And I realize that people look at it as selling myself short, and I don't care. Like, this is where I want it to be, this is where I want it to go, and this is where I want it to grow. So your help is spreading the word about Life Above Rubies, spreading the word about what this is and what the mission is, and by giving your feedback on how we can help you, because we can't be successful if you're not successful. And when I say we, I mean the whole team at Life Above Rubies. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that you don't see or hear me talk about too much because they would rather not be seen or heard. Katina is one of those people that you see and hear me talk about some, and there's many others. But the more you spread the word, that helps. So that's how we can get this going and make Life Above Rubies center dream a reality. So that's my I will do. What is your I will do? What is it? What is that passion behind your message? What is that thing that you just desire so much? And we have other people asking to join right now, and they're not able to get in. So let me go ahead and welcome them in. Welcome, Julie. Come on in. All right. We want to get these people in the group. All right. Hey, Ginger. It's so good to see you. Okay. All right. So, what is it? Like, be vulnerable, be honest, dream big. I'm sharing my deepest dreams and wildest realities with you guys. And I believe it with my whole heart. This will happen for women in one way or another. And at the very least, I know I'm impacting women's lives right now and making a difference and building skills into them, training them up in people skills, in marketing, and with the practical and technical skills that they need to brand themselves and succeed in business. And so I'm excited for that in any way, in any shape or form. Okay, so what's something you're really good at? Brag on yourself a little bit here. What are things that you are really good at? What is something that you have a strength in? Are you really good at getting on camera and sharing ideas or tutorials? Are you really good at creating graphics? Are you really good at copywriting? Are you really good at fitness? Are you really good at just caring about people on a deeper level? What are the things that you're really good at? And if you're struggling with that a little bit, I'm excited. I have created a little personality assessment sheet. We're going to be diving into that a little bit more. It's a little bit separate from our challenge here, but I wanted to do this challenge alongside of developing this personality thing. If you join us live on our YouTube channel the second Thursday of the month, and that is the last live Thursday we are going to have publicly open from 2017 forward, only Life Above Rubies will be able to have access to our live YouTube events because they are for training purposes and giving you guys all the benefits completely. So we'll no longer be doing public open live YouTube events. I'll be doing Facebook events that people can come to, and we'll be doing stuff like this. But I want to keep the content for our rubies, for the people that are serious about growing and taking their life and their business and their balance to the next level. Okay, so what are you really good at? What is it? Share it, write it down, really think on it, like brag on yourself a little bit. And it's really easy to say, I'm not good at anything. It's really easy to like feel like an unbalanced truth. And so for me to really, again, help you and address things with you, you've got to share it with me. I've got to be able to get in there with you. The team, the other community members, we all have to be able to get in there with it with you to help you. Hey, Julie, it's so good that you're here. So what are things that you really enjoy doing? That's the next thing. What is it that you really enjoy? Is it that you really enjoy spending time with your kids and with your spouse? Is it that you really enjoy sitting down and reading a good book? Is it that you really enjoy writing? Is it that you really enjoy going for long walks? Like, what is it that you enjoy? Okay? And from what it is that you enjoy, what is it that you can bring to this world? Okay? Because everybody here, if you have a pulse, you have something to bring to this world. I talked before about your fingerprint and your thumbprint. And, you know, on my iPhone, the only person that can unlock my iPhone is me because my kids don't have my thumbprint. We share the same DNA, but they don't have my thumbprint. They can't unlock my phone. I love that feature, by the way. Only you can unlock that message. Only, hey, Katina, yay, she's here. I'm so glad you're here. Only you can unlock that hidden potential, that thing that is only within you. Even though, you know, for example, I'm doing this challenge. I'm doing a very similar idea to what I was participating in with Stacy, but I'm totally doing my own thing with it. So, and I give Stacy the full credit for giving me the idea to run with and bring it to you guys and do. And you guys can do the same kinds of things, okay? I love the principle of there's nothing new under the sun. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to be authentically you. Katina and I were just talking about this the other night about how it can drive us nuts, how overly, yes, you have to market yourself. Yes, you have to be professional. Yes, you have to, I don't want to say filter, because I don't even like filters. Like my filter is broken. Like I've needed a new filter like 10 years ago. I don't have a good one. My words don't make my filter often. And sometimes that's not a good thing, and I realize that, but, you know, it is what it is. But it's becoming more and more, like, fake, it feels like, even in social media and reality TV, and it's like, I feel like there's such a craving for a true, authentic connection, and I think that was what was so overly important to me in Stacy's group, and what I want to encourage so much right here is just authentically be you. And so what is it that authentic you wants to bring to this world? I know authentically I could bring amazing craft tutorials to this world, and I may very well do some craft tutorials and put them out there again now that I have my own craft space and I have my stuff again and I can like get to things. I've been using my Cricut a lot. Like almost every couple days I've been using my Cricut, and I feel guilty not sharing videos doing it. But I also know, like, my heart, my desire, my everything is in Life Above Rubies. It's in what ways do I need to fund the things that need to happen to make this big why happen. What do I need to do to be responsible? I don't need to personally own a huge mansion on the hill with a fancy car and all that stuff. I want every wise penny I can possibly bring to go to the big vision of helping women get out of that worry of how am I going to keep a roof over my kid's head, or of how am I going to keep electric on, of even, and not just single moms. Like, I'm not just looking to help single moms here. I want to help women in general who are trying to contribute to their family, who see their husband working 2 and 3 jobs, and just bring more balance. And I don't mean that like the idea of balance of like, there's 50% of time here and 50% of time here, and it's all this like like, I don't know, this, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm not looking to create a fairy tale of this. I want balance to be the way you define it. And I say business life balance a lot, and I wonder if people get the wrong idea by what I mean by balance. It doesn't mean you're splitting your time evenly balanced, like on a scale. It means you feel that sense of peace. Like, balance brings peace, it brings harmony. And so I want that for you. I want that in your life. And I can't bring all of that to you if I just focus in that craft market. But I love crafting. I love the hobby, but I have so many more skills that I've kept quiet about. I didn't build Life Above Rubies to be a 7-figure business and bring in and sell out DVDs in 2 hours, a whole shipment in 2 hours, or build an emailing market list of over 80,000 people like instantly. I didn't do all those things by accident. They came from learning skills and building principles. And those principles don't just fall through the cracks in a black hole in the floor. They're still there, and they're there to be shared and to grow from and to learn from. And that's what we want to do. So, like, I just want to share that and say that to you guys tonight, because as I'm saying it, I'm hoping it sparks something within you that says, I can do something like that too. It may not be the practical skills on how to blog. It may not be I have all the knowledge on setting up a YouTube channel, or I know how to sell my own product. But guess what? There's somebody here who has been there, done that with a lot of different things. My resume, if you will, is way too long for its own good, but I didn't do all those things at once. They came over years and years of time. And sometimes we have to remember that when we look around at other people out there that are sharing their businesses or sharing success principles, that the things that they've learned didn't come to them overnight. The place that you're at right now in your life didn't come to you overnight. This is years and years of a process and building, and it's what you focus on that you get good at. So I really want you to focus this powerful vision into you this weekend. Like, let's get serious and let's share it with one another, and let's do it, okay? Like, let's all in just share. And you can share as much or as little as you want. If you can't do it right now tonight, that's okay. There's plenty of time. This group isn't going away. I want you to do this challenge. That's why I didn't label them by days or anything like that. I just labeled them challenge 1, challenge 2, challenge 3, and challenge 4, just to break down and condense that whole big long 30 days. Because I know while that big long 30 days is uber impactful for building successful habits, sometimes it's just too much to focus on and take in. Let's just break it down a little bit more. Let's do this little by little. Let's do it together. Let's share with each other, and let's make a difference. Okay? Sometimes your focus is more in one area than another, and the next week it is different. Always learning, growing, and trying. Absolutely. Absolutely. Debbie focuses on too much. Debbie and I are working on this. And by the way, Debbie, I thought you were going to call me back the other night. What happened? Debbie is on the awesomest verge of such a breakthrough. Such a breakthrough. And this is true. Only Debbie can change what she's focused on. And what I try to encourage with Debbie and with others like that, because I am a multi-passionate person. Like, I love crafting, I love makeup, I love essential oils, but there's really only one thing that I really want to accomplish and achieve. And you have to find that one thing that you really want to accomplish and achieve in life, even if it's like a big thing, and focus on that. You can have side things that you kind of like, I kind of want to do this for a little bit, But this is the big thing. And this is what I want you to do this weekend. Really, really think about that one big thing. The other thing we're going to do is a little bit of the Tony Robbins RPM exercises, which is kind of capturing all the different things that are out there, putting them into a priority order, and then taking massive action on 20% of the things that are going to produce 80% of the results. And it takes time and practice to master those skills, but I'm learning and seeing the impacts myself. And I want you to learn and see those impacts too, because you can't do it all. There's no way you can do everything on your to-do list and not get overwhelmed. So let's chunk it down. That's part of the challenge this weekend. I saw the need in here in the comments for time management, for how to accomplish it. I remember those days, and now it's different because I'm homeschooling, but I also remember that feeling of time wasted, getting up, getting the kids to school, driving over an hour and a half total, like round trip in the morning, another hour and a half total round trip in the afternoon. It felt like as soon as I got home, I was getting the baby down for a nap, feeding myself, doing a couple things, and then it was like time to go pick them up at school again, and then get home and do homework. And it's like, how do you do this? How do you manage it? And I could have done so much better if I would have implemented some of these things. And I feel like I did pretty well, but if I would have implemented some of these priority statements, and I'm learning that now, my priority is I'm educating my children. That has to be one of the top 3 things on my priority. I can't just focus 100% on a business and say, well, my kid's education doesn't really matter. No. I'm an educator. That is what I do. That is my passion. That is who I am. I'm an educator. And I'm educating my children. And what greater joy is there than seeing your children raise up and learn and grow in the characters and mindsets and things that you desire for them to grow up into. So anyway, what are things you bring to this world? What are the things you bring to this world? Okay? Share that. Write it out. And how do you love to help? That was one of the things that this week I actually had my kids write out a little goal chart. We have a little clip up chart that is for kind of doing their chores, or for if they have a bad attitude, they have to clip down, and they kind of have different things. They don't get paid per se for doing their chores. Like, chores are kind of an expected part of being in the family, but when they go above and beyond, or they have good attitudes, it's kind of, there's a reward system, right? I mean, we have that in real life. Like, we get rewarded for things that we do with excellence and we do well and we work diligently in. So I have a clip chart. They can go up 3 levels. If they go up to the very top, they get $1. But if they go down 3 levels with disobedience or fighting or whatever, they could clip down and lose $1. And this goes on every single day. But additionally to that, what I do is I have the kids really think about what's important to them. So we wrote down the 3 things that are most important to them. They have a goal chart. They have 3 things. Like, Benson really wants to build his own bike. Now that his bike was stolen, he's like, I'm going to save my money and I'm going to do this and I'm going to get the parts to build my own bike. It's like ripping at my heart that his bike was stolen. Like, I can't even tell you. But he really desires to, like, want to build his own bike. He desires to get better at skateboarding. He has some tricks that he wants to learn how to do. I had them write down the things that they want to get better at. So did they, and it was kind of funny because they both actually said they want to get better at being good friends. And that was just, like, amazing to me that they didn't say, like, they wanted to get better at, I kind of expected Benson to say he wanted to get better at skateboarding since that was, like, a goal. But they got that concept of they want to build up skills in themselves and they want to build the people skills in themselves. So why I'm telling you this is that if a 7 and 8 or 8 and 9-year-old can get these concepts, I know you guys got it too. So take the time. It doesn't have to take you hours and hours. Just take 10 minutes and fill out this sheet. You can revisit it and revisit it again. But let's kickstart this year. Let's kickstart this weekend and let's do it. So they also wrote on there things they wanted to get better at. They wrote something that they're really thankful for. They wrote ways they really like to help, like what they like to help with. Like Jenna said, she really likes to help mommy cooking and cleaning up the kitchen. Like that's her favorite kind of chore and task to do. Benson, on the other hand, was really like, I love going grocery shopping with you and carrying in the groceries. He likes to do that more, muscle work. And it's just kind of funny to see and hear their different like ideas of what helping is at 8 and 9. I can't believe they're 8. Well, Jenna's almost 8 and Benson just turned 9. It's just like, whoa, how did that happen? But we have those things on there. They have a place they would really like to go. They have, which one is Disney World and the other one wants to go to, the other one wants to go back to Wisconsin. The other one really wants to see their friends in Wisconsin and spend time at Six Flags and doing things in Wisconsin, which is just crazy. But, it's like reminding them of what the things that they really want to do. It really helps them to stay on track and focused in their school. It helps them to stay on track and focused in the things that they have to do in life. Because we all have things that we have to do in life, but when we can get those things kind of done with excellence, without complaining, without dragging our feet and putting them off, we can be so much more productive to get to the things that we really want to have happen. Okay? And there's such a huge, huge, powerful difference in writing those things down versus just thinking about them. I have said that and harped on that for the last 3 years through Above Ruby Studio and everything else. And that's why I preach those daily threes of the 3 things you're thankful for, the 3 things that you're going to commit to doing that day. You have to take action every single day, no matter how big or how small. And you have to keep your mind on those 3 big vision priority items. And then everything else can kind of wait. And we're going to chunk those things down throughout the weekend. They either get outsourced or they wait. They're not that important, and they're not going to provide you the biggest return on investment, if you will, or 80% of the impact or results for the effort you're putting in. So that's what I really want you guys to focus on. I want to know what questions you have. Start hitting me with them. It's so good. I'm so glad you guys are all here. No complaining. No complaining. No making excuses. No complaining. Yeah. And I think what can really help you too is understanding more of what motivates you. Like, what is it that really motivates you at your core? Hey, Simone! Hi, girlfriends! What is it that motivates the people that are around you? Do you know the personality type of your spouse? Do you know the personality type of your children? Do you know what it is that makes them feel encouraged and inspired and motivated to take action? And what kind of deflates them and sucks the air out of their existence, and like you're stepping on their air hose that they feel like they just want to pull the blankets over their head. You do have a lot of power within you to do the same things to yourself, and learning those personality types, those little tricks, and kind of speaking to the strengths and understanding the weaknesses is really empowering. And it was something that I had to teach when I was manager of the salon, the hair salon. I went through specific training on this thing. I was made to read the book Personality Plus. I continued in the colors of personality. And then went on, and then Danny Johnson actually touched on like the gems of personality, which I loved. But then as I got to thinking about it and creating it, I was like, you know what? Like, we're a deck of cards. Like, we all need each other to play the game of life. And I just decided to run with, for the Life Above Ruby's purposes of teaching it, we're going to talk about the playing cards. And what personality are you? Are you a heart, a diamond, a spade, a club? And I cannot wait. So we have a little personality assessment that is coming out. We're going to talk about that all live next Thursday night. So mark it on your calendar. It'll happen at 9:30 p.m. on our YouTube channel. I'll do some reminders here. I'll be checking in with you guys throughout the weekend. If you have any questions at all, like, just put them in there now. Okay? And take some time to fill out our challenge 1. Take some time to really think about the things that are important to you. Take some time to really think about the things that you want to do, that you're really good at, that you really enjoy, and that you do bring to this world that nobody else can. And how do you like to help others? Everybody has some basic human needs, okay? We all have these needs. Every single person has this in common, okay? We all have the need to or we all are searching for happiness at some level. Like when you break it all down, all of everybody's goals, all of everybody's personality, like at the core, people want to be happy, right? And they have different ways of going about doing that, and they have different ways of defining what happiness is. But it comes down to happiness. And we all have these kind of basic human needs that we need to fill in order to feel happy. And some people choose to fill them with easy problems or bad problems, and some people choose to fill them with positive outcomes and positive mindsets. Julie, it's so good to see you. It's okay. You can catch the replay later. Anybody that has to go, totally understand. This will be here. It's going to be uploaded to YouTube and over on lifeaboverubies.com as well. So don't worry, you're covered, okay? You can be a part of this, I promise. But have a great night. Thank you so much for checking in, and I hope you download the sheet and just share it with us, okay? Okay, so where was I going with that? Oh, the needs. So everybody has the need for variety in their life. Everybody has a need for certainty in their life. Everybody has the human basic need of love and connection. Everybody has the need for personal growth. Everybody has the need to connect and bring value to the world. And everybody has different ways of going about doing this. Some people feel, and they have the need for significance too. So that was the sixth one, significance. And some people find their way of, using something like depression to feel significant. Some people find themselves needing to put other people down to feel significant. And they might not do it consciously, they might not be doing it maliciously, but there are truly people out there that the only way they feel significant or they feel good about themselves is by doing everything they can to make somebody else feel insignificant or to feel bad or to feel left out. And these things kind of get trained up in us. And until we learn to recognize those patterns of what it is that we use, what cycles it is that we use to fill our human needs, our basic needs. And I'm not talking about food and water. I'm talking about those things, the certainty in life, the variety in life, the human connection, the growth, the need to feel significant and to add value to the world. How are you going about doing it? Some people will do it through, they feel loved because they get attention when they're depressed. But that depression kind of keeps them in a spiral and in a cycle, and they miss so much more because they don't realize that they could be adding to the world in much more positive ways. And I'm not just saying depression is like held on the scale of like you're only depressed because you're using it to feel significant. Like that's not what I'm saying. I probably used a bad example in that, but there are people who that's how they feel loved or they feel significant, is they want people to feel sorry for them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't believe that's most of you here. I don't believe that you guys here are filling your needs for significance or certainty or connection or love with poor choice problems. I feel like you're searching for all the ways to add value and to grow and to be more in this world. And that's what I love so much about this group and I love about you guys. And those are the things that I want to just nurture and bring up more. And it's so good to understand those aspects of ourselves so that we can continue to grow, that we can continue to connect, and we can continue to just, pour into this world and bring light where it needs to be. Barbara, thank you so much for joining and commenting. There's several people like that in your family. I think we all have people like that in our lives. I was talking to a good friend tonight and she was just like, I feel crazy. Why do I feel so crazy? Like, what is wrong with me that this is happening? And it's like, it just was like a moment, and it was like an aha moment for her when I was like, it's not you. It's not you. The thing is that you're actually a higher level person than the person you're dealing with. And I'm not saying you're better than that person, but emotionally, you don't feel good tearing somebody else down. So you can't understand why this person feels good tearing you down, because that's just so far out of your like realm of understanding, because you're truly a loving, caring, generous, good person seeking to add good to this world. And some people they're just not on that emotional level of adding to this world, of adding significance. They're kind of stuck in those first three of the human needs, and they kind of miss that they could go so much further in the next three. And that's not saying any one person is better than another, or we all have our issues, we all have our problems, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. But learning to understand that there's nothing wrong with you, that somebody else's own weaknesses or own issues don't reflect on your worth being far above Ruby's, on the fact that your past mistakes do not define your future, on the fact that you have a gift to share and you are strong, beautiful, and courageous because everything that you need is within you. You were not created with a spirit of fear, but with a sound mind for love and discipline. You were made to be courageous. You were created to be a light and a force. And so I don't want anybody to ever forget that here. Okay. And that's why I said, like, if you feel like you need to come along and criticize somebody else's dreams or somebody else's plans, this isn't the place for you, because that's just not what we are here. So anyway, thank you so much for joining tonight. I'm going to hop off. We've been on for a little bit longer than I intended to be. I tend to ramble. I'm sorry. But I hope that it encourages you. Please go ahead and post. Use the hashtags weekend by me and then the challenge number. So hashtag challenge 1, hashtag challenge 2. Like I said, I will be posting the different challenges throughout the weekend. We may go into Monday a little bit. We will be live next Thursday night, the second Thursday of the month, 9:30 p.m. on the YouTube channel. You can just take a picture of the worksheet and post it in the group, or you can just write it out, type it out like in the group itself, whichever you're most comfortable with. Some people really like handwriting, some people really like to type. If you want to type it out, just go ahead and type it right into the group. And then I would recommend printing it out so that you can have a copy for yourself to refer back to and to take action on, okay? My eye's starting to twitch again. Can you see that? My silly eye. All right, guys. I love you all so very, very, very much. I adore you. I think you guys are amazing. I cannot wait to take action with you guys into 2017 to see your dreams come true, your reality come true. I would love to have all of you guys come visit the retreat house once it's built. Maybe a few years, but I hope you guys stick with me that long. Many of you have already been with me for more than 6 years. Many of you have been with me since the very beginning, which was 8 years ago now, that Above Ruby Studio started. And some of you have known me much longer when I started with the not Life Above Rubies. Authority Site Pro was the first online business that we started all the way back in 2004, 2005. So, it's crazy. Anyway, whoa, let's not knock the whole thing down now. Have an awesome, amazing night. Enjoy the moments, and I'll see you soon. Bye.